Freedom for All by Neville Goddard. Chapter 9, The Annunciation. Read by Josiah Brandt. The use of a friend's voice to impregnate oneself with a desirable state is beautifully told in the story of the Immaculate Conception. It is recorded that God sent an angel to Mary to announce the birth of his son. And the angel said unto her, Thou shalt conceive in thy womb, and bring forth a son. Then said Mary unto the angel, How shall this be, seeing I know not a man? And the angel answered and said unto her, The Holy Ghost shall come upon thee, and the power of his highest shall overshadow thee. Therefore also that holy thing which shall be born of thee shall be called the Son of God. For with God nothing shall be impossible. This is the story that has been told for centuries the world over. But man was not told that it was written about himself. So he has failed to receive the benefit it was intended to give him. The story reveals the method by which the idea or word was made flesh. God, we are told, germinated or begat an idea, a son, without the aid of another. Then he placed his germinal idea in the womb of Mary, with the help of an angel who made the announcement to her and impregnated her with the idea. No simpler method was ever recorded of consciousness impregnating itself than is found in the story of the Immaculate Conception. The four characters in this story, in this drama of creation, are the Father, the Son, Mary, and the angel. The Father symbolizes your consciousness. The Son symbolizes your desire. Mary symbolizes your receptive attitude of mind. And the angel symbolizes the method used to make the impregnation. The drama unfolds in this manner. The Father begets a son without the aid of another. You define your objective. You clarify your desire without the help or suggestion of another. Then the Father selects that angel who is best qualified to bear this message or germinal possibility to Mary. You select the person in your world who would be sincerely thrilled in witnessing the fulfillment of your desire. Then Mary learns through the angel that she has already conceived a son without the aid of man. You assume a receptive attitude of mind, a listening attitude, and imagine you are hearing the voice of the one you have chosen to tell you what you desire to know. Imagine that you hear him tell you that you are and have that which you desire to be and to have. You remain in this receptive state until you feel the thrill of having heard the good and wonderful news. Then, like Mary of the story, you go about your business in secret, telling no one of this wonderful and immaculate self-impregnation, confident that, in due season, you will express this impression. Again, you select the person in your world who would be sincerely thrilled in witnessing the fulfillment of your desire. Then you assume a receptive attitude of mind, a listening attitude, and imagine you are hearing the voice of the one you have chosen to tell you what you desire to know. Imagine that you hear him tell you that you are and have that which you desire to be and to have. You remain in this receptive state until you feel the thrill of having heard the good and wonderful news. Then you go about your business in secret, telling no one of this wonderful and immaculate self-impregnation, confident that in due season you will express this impression. The Father generates the seed or germinal possibility of a son, but in a eugenic impregnation. He does not convey the spermatozoa from himself to the womb. He has it born through another medium. Consciousness desiring is the Father generating the seed or idea. A clarified desire is the perfectly formed seed or the only begotten Son. This seed is then carried from the Father, consciousness desiring, to the Mother, consciousness of being and having the state desired. This change in consciousness is accomplished by the angel, or imaginary voice of a friend, telling you that you have already achieved your objective. The use of an angel or friend's voice to make a conscious impression is the shortest, safest, and surest way to be self-impregnated. With your desire properly defined, you assume an attitude of listening. Imagine you are hearing the voice of a friend. Then make him tell you, imagine he is telling you, how lucky and fortunate you are to have fully realized your desire. In this receptive attitude of mind, you are receiving the message of an angel. You are receiving the impression that you are and have that which you desire to be and to have. The emotional thrill of having heard that which you desire to hear is the moment of conception. It is the moment you become self-impregnated. The moment you actually feel you are now that, or have that, which heretofore you but desired to be or to possess. Okay, so this is the first time I have seen Neville use his mental picture of having a friend congratulate you on having achieved your desire as a metaphor, a definitive metaphor of Mary's Immaculate Conception. This is my first time hearing Neville link those two concepts. So he's wording it kind of thickly, if I can say it that way. So I just want to simplify it here. So what he's saying is that there's this whole process for how an idea comes into your awareness. You kind of seize on that idea. You see the idea and you're like, ooh, that would be good for me. And that's when an idea, or a desire rather, is born out of that idea, right? So you see somebody who is wealthy in a way that inspires you, and you're like, ooh, I want to be wealthy in that way, right? So that's the desire, and that's where the desire is born, right? And then he's walking through this step-by-step explanation of how that idea becomes a desire, is planted in your subconscious, and then the conscious experience that the person goes through who is planting this idea, and then eventually it sprouts into being, and then that's when the manifestation cycle is complete. So he's using the idea of choosing a friend to confirm to you that you have what you want to have or are what you want to be. So if I wanted to be, wealthy in my small business, I would choose a friend, maybe my business partner, and I would imagine that he is shaking my hand and patting me on the back and saying, this is the best quarter we've ever had. Profits are at an all-time high. You've done a fantastic job, and we are really set up for success, right? And me sitting in a meditative state and experiencing him congratulating me is how Neville refers to an angel impregnating the subconscious with the idea. So the idea is that I hear him say, and I have to make it real enough that I actually feel an emotional thrill of hearing him say it. So I can't do it half-heartedly. I really have to invest myself and really, really make it feel real, make the feeling real, and feel that thrill of, yes, business success. I am wealthy in my business, right? And really feel that thrill and that joy of being in that situation where he's telling me and I'm celebrating that this is what I'm hearing, right? And when I feel that thrill, that's when I know that the idea has been conceived and will then give fruit. So he keeps using this concept of impregnation, right? So he likes to say, when a man buries his seed in the womb of a woman, it comes to life as a baby, right? So in this case, using that same concept and translating that to the idea of the cycle of manifestation, it's when an idea is implanted into your subconscious with a heightened emotional state, with that thrill of completion, with that feeling of relief, with that feeling of joy, right? That's the moment of conception, and that's when the seed has been successfully planted or the subconscious has become impregnated by the idea. And then, knowing that that has happened, he says to go about your business and know that when the time is right, it will erupt forth in its expression. As you emerge from this subjective experience, you, like Mary of the story, will know by your changed attitude of mind that you have conceived a son, that you have fixed a definite subjective state, and will in a little while express or objectify this state. This book has been written to show you how to achieve your objectives. Apply the principle expressed herein, and all the inhabitants of earth cannot stop you from realizing your desires. End of chapter 9. Subscribe to this channel so that you will receive notifications on your device when new Neville Goddard content is posted.